Welcome to Hot Air TV. I'm Michelle Malkin, continuing our series on the road in Baghdad. As you all will recall, last Thanksgiving weekend, the Associated Press published a headline-grabbing and horrifying account of alleged atrocities in Baghdad sourced to one Iraqi police captain, Jamil Hussein. Bloggers led by Kurt of Flopping Aces raised questions about both the veracity and existence of Hussein. U.S. military officials and the Iraqi government initially disputed that Hussein was employed as a legitimate police officer. After several weeks of stonewalling by its news executives, the AP published a report quoting an Iraqi Interior Ministry spokesman who reversed course and verified Hussein's existence and employment. Left-wing blogs and mainstream media outlets crowed, eagerly proclaiming the death of the conservative blogosphere's credibility and declaring the matter settled. The AP's executive editor, Kathleen Carroll, indignantly attacked those who questioned the global news organization's reporting. Quote, "I never quite understood why people chose to disbelieve us about this particular man on this particular story," Carroll told left-leaning editor and publisher. AP runs hundreds of stories a day and has run thousands of stories about things that have happened in Iraq. Well, there was good reason to disbelieve Captain Jamil Hussein's story about decimated mosques and burning bodies in Hurriya. Brian Preston and I visited the area last week during our embed tour in Iraq. Several mosques did, in fact, come under attack by Mahdi army forces, but the Sunni mosques that were reportedly quote-unquote destroyed, quote-unquote torched, and quote-unquote burned and blew up, as Hussein claimed and AP reported, are all still standing. According to Iraqi and U.S. Army officials, two of them received no fire damage whatsoever. One, the Nida Allah Mosque, which we walked up to and filmed, was abandoned and empty when it was attacked. Two of its inside rooms were burned out by a lobbed firebomb. Eyewitness reports and photos filed by both Iraqi and U.S. Army troops who were on the scene contain no corroborating evidence of Hussein's claim that, quote, Shiite militiamen grabbed 6 Sunnis as they left Friday worship services, doused them with kerosene, and burned them alive near Iraqi soldiers who did not intervene, unquote. 3 other mosques in the area, the Al-Muhaimin, Al-Mushahiba, and Abab Mustafa mosques, sustained small arms fire damage to their exteriors. The Mustafa Mosque also had 2 rooms burned out by a firebomb. Contrary to Hussein and the AP's account, Iraqi Army battalion members were on scene, pursuing attackers, securing the area, calling the fire department, providing support, and an outer cordon. The AP quoted one corroborating witness, Imad al-Hassimi, a Sunni elder in Hurriya, who, quote, confirmed Hussein's account, unquote, of the immolated Sunnis on Al Arabiya television. Al-Hassimi recanted. AP has insinuated strongly that the recantation came under pressure from Iraqi government officials. The other possibility, he recanted because it just wasn't true. At an intel and ops briefing at FOB Justice, commanders and captains who work with the Iraqi army in the area spoke out about the AP's faulty reporting.
It was blown way out of proportion. There was nobody dead around those mosques, according to the Iraqi army.
So those 6 cities were burned.
There was nobody lit on fire.
And you know, part of it is if you're relying on Iraqi reporters, well, what are their biases?
Exactly.
What clans are they from? And tribes? You know, why are they telling me this? You should anybody you talk to, you should always ask that in the back of your mind. Why is he telling me this? What's his underlying motivation? And you know, if you quote a police chief, well, those guys have underlying motivations too. So you got an Iraqi reporter quoting a police chief who I've gone out and found police chiefs on the street and said, what happened here? You know, something just blew up. He told me, U.S. airplanes just bombed this building. That's what are you talking about? I said it was freaking insurgent rockets that just hit the building. I picked them up on radar. But he just told the reporter on the street that U.S. warplanes bombed the building and killed 13 people. Okay, so you know, rumors on the street. Iraqis will take it face value. Trying to get them to do investigations is like pulling teeth out of their head.
The 4 torched mosques story was wrong. The soldiers on the ground maintain that the 6 burning Sunni story doesn't stand up either. And if these stories don't, then how many others don't? As AP executive Kathleen Carroll herself said, AP runs hundreds of stories a day and has run thousands of stories about things that have happened in Iraq. Jamil Hussein supplied the AP with information for scores of stories, not just this faulty one. Rumor-based reporting serves no one's interests but those who would see Iraq fail. For Hot Air TV, I'm Michelle Malkin.